PayPal identify this credit card belongs to what? PayPal identify this credit card belongs to what? Ah, okay. This credit card belongs to what, guys? Some Visa company or Master company. It will pass to that. And that will Visa company notices this card is given to customer through SBI bank. It will connect to SBI application. In SBI, it will be verifying card is blocked or unblocked, or credit limit is there or not there, or everything. If everything is there, come on. Okay. So from the card, and, digitally 10,000 amount is deducted and passed to what? Visa. Visa passes to PayPal. PayPal passes to application. But some commissions will be there in between, right? So that's the reason whenever you are paying direct credit card or debit card, they say 2% extra, because the 2% won't come to shopkeeper. That will be used as what? Commission. They will be taken as what? Commission. Clear, my dear? Right. The cards issued by payment gateway will come to customer through bank by linking with what? Bank account. Super. Okay. Now I'm talking about application to application interaction. Distributed computing or application development makes two applications of two different servers belonging to same machine or different machine talking to each other, and also what? Exchange data. Okay, see, was two different application belongs to two different machines, two different technologies will talk to each other. So definitely there will be data exchange or not. This data exchange will happen in Java or global format. Yeah, what are the two global formats we have? One is XML, other one is JSON. So XML is losing its popularity. JSON is picking up or not there. Yeah, look at this. Server 1 Flipkart.com, server 2 PayPal. So both are talking to each other. Okay, this is application to application interaction or not there. And inputs and outputs will be passed along with this request response in the form of XML or JSON or not there. Simply in the form of XML and JSON or not there. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Simply literally in the form of XML and JSON or not there. Browser talking to Flipkart.com web application. Flipkart.com talking to what? PayPal. What is there? Distributed application. What application? Distributed application. Are you getting my point there? Application to application interaction is called. They generally deal with what? Method call, method request based communication, where data exchange between application takes place by using what? XML or JSON. Okay, guys, XML or JSON. Are you getting my point there or not there? Application to application interaction is called what? Yeah, they generally deal with method calls, method requests based on communication, where data can be exchanged in the form of what? XML or JSON format. Are you getting my point? So far we have seen browser talking to software application as a website. But now onwards we are going to see what? Application talking to another application. Now listen carefully. Whenever you develop application, some layers will be there. Persistence layer, where persistence logic. Data layer, nothing but database, where data will be saved and managed. Service layer, where business logic will be there. Come on. Controller layer, where monitoring logics will be there. UI layer, where presentation logic will be there. Right? Okay, now listen. In distributed application setup, consumer, that means client application, producer, nothing but server application. Both will have these layers. Along with those layers, one extra layer will be there that is called integration layer. Because of this integration layer only, application to application interaction takes place. Clear, my dear? See, PayPal is having its own database, its own persistence logic, its own business logic, its own controller logic, its own presentation logic, right? Flipkart also will have same stuff, right? Because see, people can operate PayPal directly. That's why presentation is required. Yes or no? Na? So PayPal is doing so many operations. For that, one lot of business logic and persistence logics are required. To control all these activities, the controller layer is required. Come on. Same thing with the Flipkart.com. But when they want to talk with each other, both should maintain one extra layer that is called integration layer. And to develop these integration layer logics only, we take the support of distributed technologies and frameworks. Here is the place where RMI, EasyAB, web services, Corba, all this comes into picture, where we are seriously developing what? Distributed applications. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. See, presentation layer, service layer, persistence layer, data layer. Maybe I have not highlighted controller layer. Don't worry about it. Okay. All these layers are there or not there. If you want to link one application with another application using distributed computing or what application, okay, then we need to add additional layer in both consumer and producer application. That is what? Integration layer. We can develop logics of this integration layer using what? Distributed technologies or framework like what? RMI is AB web service. RMI outdated, is AB outdated, only web service is doing well. Nowadays, distributed application, consumer application or producer application means, okay, what is that? Web services. Integration layer logics of client and server application of distributed setup will be developed by using what? Web service. Check it out. Application 1, consumer 1, Flipkart.com. Application to producer, PayPal. Presentation service, DAL, integration layer. Presentation service data access, what is there? Integration layer. These three are specific to each application, and this integration layer is also there or not there. It is having its own database, it's having its own database. Because of integration layer, communication is happening or not. And this integration layer logics of consumer and producer application will be developed by using what? Distributed technologies and frameworks are not there. Say something, my dear. Will be developed using what? Distributed technologies and what? Framework. Convinced or not, my dear? Come on, everyone. Got the clarity or not there? For easy identification, they have given some technical terminology. The integration layer of consumer application, Flipkart.com kind of consumer application is called stub logics. Integration layer logics of producer application is technically called what? Skeleton. Skeleton stub. So I'm developing stub logics means I'm developing integration layer logics of consumer. I'm developing skeleton logics means what? I'm developing integration layer logics of what? Producer. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, so far we have not done, we are going to do it. Two companies, every company will have their own operations, but when they are decided to work together, So there will be separate team for this company. There will be 1 2 people in the company one. Again, there will be 1 2 people in the company two to merge each companies and to work on certain requirement are not there. And those 1 2 people are both side are called what? Integration layer logics. If they are consumer side, stub. Producer side, skeleton. They just taken those terminology to make the understanding process easy. Okay, to develop these integration layer logics, I request you people not to run the parallel talkings. Okay, not audible, not clear. First time after these many days, today is not audible. Off you are listening, off you are analyzing. Okay, fine. But you should have brought this problem bit early, na? Yeah, okay. Am I audible now? Last row. Audible? Audible? Okay. Fine. Where can I get MongoDB node? Please let me know in our batch. Sumit, everything is there in Google Drive. Please, LinkedIn, Telegram, you can get MongoDB nodes. What is this? Okay. That's why I don't open participant. Okay, now you chat only with me. These people, always that group name, this group name. Yeah. Fine, guys. Now we have a multiple distributed technologies and frameworks in the market or not? Listen, introduction is very important. I'm preparing background to launch web services. Again, we have 2 types of web services, SOAP-based web services and RESTful web services. And what we are going to learn is what? RESTful web service. But before web services, we used to have RMI, EZB kind of technologies. Why they are outdated? Why they are outdated, we are going to analyze now. Right? Okay. Different ways of developing integration layer logics in Java environment by using different technologies or what framework. These are the various options we have are not there. RMI, EZB, Corba, HTTP invoker, web service. But the specialty of web service, it can be implemented in Java, non-Java. A web service allows us to develop distributed applications as interoperable application. What does it mean? The distributed server application of web service can be consumed in same technology or different technology. Suppose producer application developed in Java, consumer can be there in Java, .NET, JavaScript, Python, anywhere, wherever possibility is there. Reverse also. Producer is there in .NET, consumer can be there in multiple. There's a definitely possibility is there, no doubt. I hope you convinced with me, my dear. Come on. Got the clarity or not there? Super. RMI, EZB, Corba, HTTP invoker. What is next? Web service. Can be implemented in multiple languages or not there? Super. Other domain distributed technologies. These are not related to Java. RPC, DCOM, .NET remoting, Corba web service. Corba and web service specialty, it can be implemented in multiple languages, including Java. Okay. Generally in .NET, remoting is popular. In Java, we prefer working with web service. Nowadays, everywhere people are working with web service. Before web services in .NET, remoting is popular. In Java, EZB was popular. But every time, everywhere, we are nowadays preferring to work with what? Web services. Because of what feature, guys? Okay, interoperable. What is there? Interoperable. I think I created other day one more terminology. Web service based distributed applications are Waka applications. What is there? Otherwise, no, I think DACA applications. One more terminology. Develop anywhere, consume anywhere. What is that? Develop anywhere. Interoperability is a technical word. If you don't like remembering that, you can use the terminology called what? DACA. Develop anywhere, consume anywhere. Are you getting my point there or not? Super. Okay. Yeah. Let us see one by one, guys. Why each one is outdated, we'll try to understand. Okay. RMI. When I say Java-based distributed technologies or framework, mean both consumer and producer must be there in Java. When I say web service based distributed technology means, okay, consumer can be there in any technology language, producer can be there in any technology or language. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. RMI given by Sun Microsystem, part of JDK software. It's a language dependent. That means what? Both consumer and server application must be there in Java or not there. It is platform independent and architectural neutral or not there. And it's based on Java, na boss. Cannot use internet network as communication channel, utter flop. Only local area network it can use. Uses JRMP protocol, guys. Communication protocol between what? Consumer and producer is what, guys? JRMP. JRMP. Next, it is outdated because of EZB or not there. Why it is outdated, guys? It is outdated because of what? EZB. Because after the RMI, EZB has come. Does not give any built-in middleware services. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super. The ready-made secondary logics like security, transaction management, etc. Here, data exchange will be in the form of binary format that between consumer and producer application. Basically, as a Java content only, it will travel, boss. Everything will be internally converted into 0 and 1 or not there. Super, guys. EasyAB, what is there? EasyAB, outdated. Why outdated? Okay, both consumer and producer must be there in Java. And heavyweight. Very complex to learn and implement, guys. If I want to insert one record in using EasyAB technology, you don't believe. I should write 300 lines of code. Based on my 300 lines of code, EasyAB container internally generates another 300 lines of code. Then one record will be inserted. Very complex or not there. And to run the EasyAB component, we need heavyweight application server software like WebLogic, Glassfish, Wildfly kind of thing. That's another headache we have with what, guys? Easy. That's why it's not so popular, guys. For all these things, who is great one, sir? Web service. Why web service is popular, sir? Number one, web service allows us to develop distributed applications as what? Interoperable application. Nothing but DACA application. Develop anywhere, consume anywhere. Moreover, web service development is extension of web application. If you have a strong web application development knowledge, using that we can also develop what? Web service. Using that we can also develop what? Web service. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay, guys. Consumer client application, producer server application. Web service environment. It's the best environment for developing what? Distribute application, because it makes distribute application as what? Extension of web application using HTTP, HTTPS protocol. And what? Interoperability. The client and consumer can be there in what? Two different languages or technologies or architecture running on any OS, having any computer architecture, having any computer architecture. Are you getting my point there or not there? Having computer any architecture. Okay. This feature makes web service based distributed applications as the What guys? DACA applications. What applications? What do you mean by DACA, guys? Develop anywhere, consume. Develop anywhere and consume anywhere. Develop anywhere and consume anywhere. It's purely develop anywhere and consume anywhere applications are not there. That's good, great. EasyAB given by Sun Microsystem, enhancement of RMI. It's a language dependent. Both consumer and producer must be there in Java. It is platform and architecture independent, guys. Independent. Java, na? That's why. Can use both LAN and WAN as communication channel. Need heavyweight EasyAB container and application server for execution, guys. Gives lots of built-in middleware services. Come on. It was popular for what? Banking application earlier for this reason. Transaction management is very popular or not there. Outdated because of what? Web service and its heaviness and complexity. It is outdated because of what? Web services, its heaviness and what? Complexity. It is a technology. It's a technology of JWE module and EasyAB containers of application server software will come as the implementation. Will definitely come as what? Implementations. Okay. We must deploy and develop EasyAB components in the EasyAB containers of what? Application servers. Okay. See, Tomcat is application server from 7 onward, but no EasyAB container. Are you getting my point there? Very complex to learn and execute. Here data exchange will happen in binary format or not there. Again, no XML and this one is there. EasyAB component mean the server or provider application of distributed computing that is developed using what? EasyAB. And whenever I say distributed application, you think about provider application only. Consumer can be web application, mobile application, desktop application. It can be any application of your choice. Okay. See why EasyAB is plop, guys? Language dependent. Consumer producer must be there in Java. Heavyweight. What's the advantage of EasyAB? Ready-made middleware services. But nowadays they are not great, guys. When RMI was there, Servlet JSP was there, no ready-made facilities were there. But EasyAB started giving built-in transaction management support. You just configure few things, our transaction management automatically happens. Built-in security support. You do some configuration, security will be enabled automatically. Because of this feature, it has become popular. Because of these features, it has really become what? Popular. You don't believe people have chosen EasyAB, though it is heavyweight and complex, only to enjoy security and transaction management. At that time, it was the only technology that is offering what? Ready-made middleware services. Middleware services means what? Additional services that makes our application more perfect and accurate. That makes our application what? More perfect and accurate. Are you getting my point there or not? Understood my statement, guys? Okay. Yeah, next one, what is there? Corba. Common Object Request Broker Architecture. What is that? Common Object Request Broker Architecture. Came with a lot of vision, guys, but failed in implementation. Generally, I say Corba is hero on paper, zero on implementation. Promised language independent, operating system independent, technology independent, architecture independent, but in the implementation, they failed. Otherwise, we would have not learned web services, we would have learned only Corba. At the same time, complex also. Web service is just extension of web application. It's easy to learn also. That's why there's no other alternate for web services as of now. Why? Because That much simplified way they have given to develop the distributed application. Convinced or not, guys? Platform architecture and what? Language independent. It's a platform architecture and what? Language independent. We can develop producer and consumer services in multiple languages like what? Java, C++, C lang. Can be there in two different languages on this one. Corba specification and will be implemented in what language? Ideal. Interface definition language. Corba is complex to learn and what? Apply. Corba is a heavyweight to implement, guys. Corba is what? Corba looks great concept wise, but gives problems towards what? Implementation. It definitely gives problems towards what? Implementation. Are you getting my point there, guys? Corba looks great concept wise, but gives problems towards what? Implement. Okay, generally I write this statement, guys. Hero in what? Specification. Zero in what? Implement. So all are ruled out now. RMI outdated because language dependency and no middleware services, cannot use internet network as communication channel, multiple problem. Some of the problems are solved by EasyAB, especially popular because of ready-made services, security transaction management kind of services. Do everything or nothing principle, authentication, authorization as ready-made services. That's why it's really popular, guys. That's why it's really what? Popular. But it is failed because of language dependency, heaviness, and heavyweight softwares are required for execution. Gone now, my dear? That's why this one. Corba, same as web services, addressing all the problem, but came before Corba, hero on paper, zero on implementation. So many promises, but nothing is fulfilled. It's a girl complaint on boy after marriage. Yes or no? When they are lovers, definitely boy gives higher priority. Okay. High time. Okay. Lot of care, affection, all this stuff. After marriage, definitely boy has to focus on career, family, other responsibility, earning money. And definitely deviation starts, right? Okay. Then he says specification is good, implementation is what? Bad. Specification is good, implementation is bad. No, same girl says, see, my friend's husband earning this much, what are you doing? Okay, it's like mix. It's impossible to handle their emotions, right? Okay, fine, because they themselves don't understand how they will be understood by others, right? Okay, fine. Uh, just statement, don't make it a deep analysis on it. Okay, fine. So implementation is not so great. So addressing all these issues, we have what? Web services are not there. So we entering into what? Web services. Shall we start analyzing about web services, guys? But before that, let me introduce some of your batchmate who got a job in, okay, Cisco. Cisco with 40K salary. 40K salary as a fresher is good, is actually good salary. Okay. I think 12 into 4.8, right? Okay. He's saying that apprenticeship, but I consider it as a job only. Why I will tell? Because someone is paying 40K per month, it's not an apprenticeship or internship. It's definitely considered as a what? Job. Is there any time frame for you? No, no. 1 year. After 1 year, they will take permanent if you are doing well. Right. Okay, fine. So already they are impressed with the subject because he's teaching. He answered all the questions very depth in Spring Boot and microservices. Okay, I think he will tell that journey. Okay, Edoji, I think yesterday you have become what? Villain or hero na? Villain only, na? Okay. But today you are a hero of the class. Okay. कुछ सीखो, कुछ inspire करो. Okay. How many people you will watch like this? When you will speak, come and here by coming here. Right. I think Kanjusi is also good news to share. I think she hold at HR round, right? Yeah. Kanjusi also going to share good news. What the hell you people are doing then? Namesake first row people, huh?
Good morning, friends. My name is Yadavji Bokare. I have completed my BTech in MGEMS College of Engineering, Nanded in 2024. Uh, First of all, when I was in last year of engineering, I was qualified in TCS also. I have cleared the TCS National Qualifier Test for Ninja role. Then I went to interview. In our class, there were 5 girls and 2 boys. I and my friend was there. We went there, and they have just chosen only girls. They have rejected us, 2 boys. Then I was thinking about why they are just taking girls, and girls were saying also they haven't just asked many more questions. They just ask introduction and project title, final year project title, and just said that, are you going to relocate? Then we said yes, and all the girls were selected, and we two rejected. Then after that, I thought that I should gain more technical skills. Then I joined.
Thought you should be girl, huh?
No, no. I thought we should get more technical skills. Then we will get selected. Then I joined Naresh IT. Before 11 months, I joined. Before 11 months, I joined Naresh IT. Then I learned Java, Advanced Java, Spring Boot, and now it's going on. Then I have applied on YouTube like Cisco apprenticeship. Then I got mail from the company that your aptitude round is there. Then I cleared that aptitude round. After that, 50 MCQ questions were there, and one Java collection question was there. Then I have also cleared that. After that, there were 2 technical rounds and one HR round. I have cleared that also. Then they send me the offer letter, and in uh, technical rounds they were asking about the means share your screen and do code of method overloading, method overriding, and in collection how you can filter the employees like based on the salary, on the name, comparable comparator, like that. They were asking about oops concept, how you can implement in real life, like that. I have given all the answers. And they were asking about the annotations, means what this annotation, what is the work of this annotation, what is the at the rate component, or is at the rate component scan, what is at the rate Spring Boot application, like that. Then I gave all the answers. Then they were impressed, and I have also just explained the project also, and they were just asking the flow, like sir said flow. I have explained the flow in that interview. Then they were they said that uh, means in HR round they have discussed salary, and they said that can you relocate. Then I said yes, definitely. Then I said to them that what will be the salary. Then they said 40,000 per month we will provide, and is it okay for you, and based on your performance we will do permanent. Then I said yes. So it's my journey. Thank you.
Any queries on Spring Boot microservice or only project explanation?
Project explanation and annotations, like that.
Okay, congratulations. Don't relax, Yadoji. Real life starts now. Okay, whatever you learned so far should be applied at project level. Okay, should be applied at project level. Okay, so don't stop working hard. Only the thing is, these many days you worked without any reward. So now onwards, you should work hard, but every month you get a reward. And after 1 year, you get one more reward of high car promotion. And when you jump in a company, you will get more rewards. So continue your hard work, right? Fine. I hope I'll see more Good news, because we are almost towards last classes of our batch. Because RESTful web service followed by that microservice. Only common topics will be there. Anyhow, they are happening on weekends whenever that's possible. Right? Fine. Believe yourself, believe in the subject. But first start trying. Without try, nothing will happen. Job won't come to your doorstep. You have to go to job place. Fine. Okay. Let's come back, guys. So here, what is there? Web services. Web service is a mechanism linking two applications as consumer produced application using what protocol? HTTP. That means how browser and website talk with each other using HTTP protocol. Consumer and producer, though they are software application, no browser involved. Here also HTTP communication only will happen. That means inputs will go along with HTTP request, output will go in the form of response. But earlier, in browser to website communication, request used to have text content as the input. Output will have HTML or text content as the output, right? But this time, inputs will be there in the form of what? XML or JSON. Output also will be there in the form of what? XML or JSON. That's the only difference. Moreover, application to application interaction using HTTP request and HTTP response. Everyone convinced with me, guys? Web service is platform independent and architecture independent and language independent. Are they all independents, guys? Every independent, right? Fine. A producer developed in Java can be used or consumed in what? .NET, Java, PHP, Python, JavaScript, and etc. Even reverse is possible. What is possible, guys? Yeah, I think already I said na Docker. What is this, guys? Docker. Web service says developer or produce service anywhere and what? Consume the service anywhere. This feature is called what? Interoperability. This feature is also called as what? Docker. Web service. Web service based distributed applications are Docker applications. What application? Web service based distributed application is Docker application. That means develop anywhere and consume anywhere. Develop anywhere and what? Consume any. Develop anywhere and what? Consume anywhere. Web services make consumer and producer application exchanging data either in XML or in what? JSON. That comes under global data format or not there. Super. Java and other languages have provided multiple APIs, nothing but technologies and frameworks to implement web service language as skeleton logics and stub logics. See, integration layer logic you have developed by using what? Web services. Consumer side web service, producer side web service. Consumer side what? Web service. Producer side also what? Web service. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, my dear. Come on, everyone. Java and other languages have provided multiple APIs or technologies and framework to implement web service logic as what? Skeleton logic, integration layer logics of producer, and stub logic, integration layer logics of what? Consumer. So using various APIs of what? Web service or frameworks of web service, we are going to develop this stub and skeleton logics are not there. Yeah, tell me. Web services support HTTP request and HTTP response based on the method invocation. That means as HTTP request, the consumer application invoke what? Method of producer application. And as the results of method execution goes back to consumer application as HTTP response from the producer application. This is having XML or JSON data or not there? This is definitely having XML or JSON data or not there, guys? Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Two ways of implementing what? Web services. SOAP-based web services going down. RESTful web services best. Okay. Two ways of web services implementation. SOAP-based web services, RESTful web services. SOAP means what? Simple object access protocol. REST means what? Representational state transfer protocol. It is not a protocol. It's a kind of architecture or mechanism to develop what? Application to application interaction. SOAP is a protocol, no doubt. But REST is not a protocol. It's a mechanism to develop what? Web service based application in a different concept, guys. Okay, now let us focus on what? SOAP based web services. Why SOAP based web service is outdated? And in SOAP based web services, the data exchange is possible only through XML. JSON is not possible. In RESTful, JSON, XML, both are possible. This is the one main reason why RESTful is doing well. Another one. We write each XML message along with the request, each XML message along with the response, having lot of schema rules, SOAP protocol schema rules. Already XML means data less decoration more. On the top of it, schema import should be there related to SOAP protocol. So then what happened? If you want to send 101 Raja also, what is happening, What's happening, In the request, come on. Schema import statement, 10 statements. Tags anyhow will be there. They are another 5-7 statement. In between 101 Raja is the two values they are passing. So then what happening? Already XML means data is more, decoration is less. That to XML with schema means what? XML with namespaces. Look at Spring Bean configuration file. At the top, you will write so many lines of code are not there. So how does it looks, guys? It looks like what? More data are not there. It looks like we are writing more lines of data are not there. Data is very short, but schema and schema related many things will be there or not there. That's why it is heavy outdated. But when it comes to RESTful, boss, it supports JSON XML. No need of having schema namespaces. You can write plain XML tags and plain JSON content. No need of following any namespaces, schemas, and other stuff. That's the reason RESTful web service is doing well. Okay, let it be, guys. SOAP-based web services is basically built on what principle, guys? Three component principle. What are those three component? Service provider, service consumer, service registry. Service provider, service, and lastly what? Service registry. Service provider, service consumer, service registry. Comfortable, my dear? Come on, everyone. Service provider, service consumer, service registry. Where the services will be registered to what? Expose. Service provider means provider application. Service consumer means consumer application. Service registry means what? Where all services will be registered. Where all exact services will be registered. Are you getting my point there or not there? Yeah, it basically looks like this, guys. Number one, provider developed PhonePe application. Let us assume. Number two, he registered with what? Service registry, which is also called UDDI registry. Universal Universal Description and Discovery Integration. That's the registry name. But listen carefully. Whenever service is registered in UDDI, having details about that service, one WSDL document will be kept. What document? Which is also called WSDL document. What document, guys? WSDL document, which is also called what? WSDL document. This is XML based. This is XML based. That means provider is developed in Java or .NET or PHP, having its own web service logic, business logics. One for payment, one for reward points, sort of business method. Okay, that information is published in registry. That information in the registry will not be there in Java statement, will be there in WSDL document, nothing but XML document. Point is clear? Okay. Service consumer contacts the registry, downloads the WSDL document. Based on WSDL document, he developed the consumer application, calling the business method of the provider application. Okay, na boss? That is number 5. Okay, using that consuming logics, you communicate with what provider application. Their business methods executes. Come on. Their business method execute. Whatever output generated, the generated output comes to consumer application or not. Whatever output generated, the generated output comes to consumer application or not there. I want reply from you people, guys. Whatever output generated, the generated output comes to what? Consumer application or not there. Okay, what is number 1? Provider application is developed. What is number 2? Developed application is registered with what? Service registry. Developed application is registered with what? Service registry. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Got the clarity or not there, guys? Yeah. Okay, just think like this, guys. Just think like this. Faculty ready with the subject, ready to conduct the classes, right? Number 1. I kept my details. I registered myself with the Naresh IT or Udemy or any other social platform. Come on. Okay, giving my course brochure. Giving my course brochure is like WSDL document. Okay, student yourself. Contacted what? Naresh IT or Udemy or somewhere else. Downloaded what? WSDL document. What is that document you have downloaded? Downloaded WSDL document. Come on, guys. Okay. Based on that, you made yourself ready for listening subject. I mean to say attending classes. Okay. Now faculty is conducting classes. You are communicating with him, attending class, gaining knowledge and getting the knowledge. That's a continuous process or not there. So you are like consumer. Naresh IT is like registry. Faculty is like provide, producer or provide. Or one more angle. Software company kept is openings in Naukri.com. Come on. Having description about the jobs. As a job seeker, you downloaded the description, made yourself ready to apply for that job. Okay. Then you applied. Then what happened? Communication happened between you and company or not there? Interview happening, joining, all these things will take place or not there? But between producer and consumer in SOAP-based web services, data exchange will happen only through what? XML. Data exchange will happen only through what? XML. Are you understanding my statement, guys? SOAP message is strictly typed or complex XML message, which will be converted into Java objects and reverse using what? JAX-B. Reverse using JAX-B. JAX-B. Java architecture for what? XML binding. Nothing but converting Java object data to XML content and vice versa. Converting Java object data to XML content and what? Vice versa. This is called vice versa or not there, guys? Okay. Java object data to XML conversion is called marshalling and reverse is called what? Unmarshalling. JAX-B is used for marshalling and what? Unmarshalling. Sir, why is need of this marshalling, unmarshalling? Basically Java input means there will be there in objects. But here we want to send in the form of XML. Na? So someone should convert object data into XML. So they're marshalling. Okay, all inputs are coming over the network in the form of what? XML is the request. along with the request. But their provider application expects in Java. Suppose provider is there in Java, it expects in the form of object or not there. Again means what? XML should be converted back to object or not there. XML should be converted back to object or not there. For that one, what should I use? For that one, what should I use, guys? Again, Jaxb should be used or not? Again, Jaxb should be used or not there, guys? Say something, my dear. I want reply from you people. Come on, everyone. Understanding my statement or not there? Okay, that's good. Okay. Results anyhow comes in Java objects only. But to send over the network along with the response, again converted to XML. Again, Jaxb marshalling is required or not required? Okay, when results comes to consumer, they come in the form of XML. But consumer is expecting in the form of what? Object. Again, Jaxb is required. Unmarshalling is required or not required? The process of converting object data to what? XML is called marshalling or unmarshalling. Okay, 1 minute. Java object to XML conversion is called marshalling, and reverse is called what? For that one, what is there, guys? Jaxb, Java API for XML binding. The HTTP request carries XML based SOAP message as request body, nothing but what? Input. The HTTP response carries XML based SOAP message as what? Response body, nothing but what? Outputs. Request body, nothing but inputs. Response body, nothing but what? Output. Marshalling, unmarshalling is taking place or not there? That means what, guys? Once both consumer side, producer side, Jaxb API will be there. That is taking care of both marshalling and unmarshalling activities are not there. That's literally solidly taking care of what? Marshalling and what? Unmarshalling activities. What do you say, my dear? Come on, everyone. Okay. Yeah, see here, your object is there. In marshalling XML came. Here XML is there. In unmarshalling object will come or not there. Super. Okay. Now tell me. The consumer sends inputs to producer as a SOAP message, nothing but XML in HTTP request as the request body content are not there. The producer sends output to consumer as what? SOAP message, nothing but XML in what? HTTP response as the response structure, as response structure body are not there. Nothing but body content, guys. As request structure body content. As response structure body content. Request structure body content. Request structure body content. Response structure body content. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Yeah, tell me. The HTTP request and HTTP response contains how many parts, guys? 2 parts. One is head part, other one is body. We are clicking hyperlink request generated. We are typing URL, pressing enter key, request generation. We are clicking submit button, request generated. The generated request basically is a text content. Text content having some format. That contains how many parts, guys? 2 parts. Head part, body. Body part is nothing but inputs, guys. Request body means input. Response body means output. In normal HTTP request and response between browser and website, body content is text content. Okay, response also body content is text content or HTML content. But in HTTP, in SOAP-based web services, the body content is what? XML content that is developed according to SOAP protocol. In SOAP response, in SOAP-based web services, HTTP response body content is what, guys? XML. Body content is what, guys? XML. Body content is what, guys? XML. Are you getting my point there or not? The body content is simply XML. The HTTP request, HTTP response contains two parts. One is a head part, other one is what? Body part. One is a head part, other one is what? Body part. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on, everyone. Got the clarity or not? Yeah. A typical block diagram. Request up to this head part, blank line. This is my body part. Head part is having two subsection. One is initial line, other one is what? Headers. One is initial line, other one is what? Headers. One is initial line, other one is what? Headers. I hope you are getting my point there, guys. HTTP method, path, protocol, and version. Got it? Basic header. Headers will be there. Key value, key value, key value. And there is a small blank line here or not there? There is a small blank line over here or not there? Tell me, guys, payload and body is available here or not there? Say something, my dear. I want reply, my dear. Come on. Okay. This is my head part. This is my blank line. This is what? Body. In normal request, text content. In HTTP, in SOAP-based web services, that is what? SOAP-based XML message, right? Okay. What are the different request modes, guys? Get, post, head, trace, put, delete, options, connect, patch. Many things are there or not there. Okay, connect is reserved for future, guys. Remaining all are there for different act. But in website, only two things are useful: get, post, because browser can send only get mode request or post mode request. Nothing else, nothing less. It can send only get mode request and post mode request. In normal HTTP request, the request body will be query string having what? Request param names and values like 101 Raja Hyderabad. In SOAP over HTTP request, the request body will be what? XML based SOAP message. What message, guys? XML based SOAP message. Check it out, guys. That is going to be what? XML based SOAP message. Yeah, look at the typical example, guys. This is a head part. Up to this a head part. This is a head part. This is blank line, right? And this is body. Okay, head part is having two subsection. Now check it out. Head part is having what? Two subsection. Initial line, request headers, blank line, and body. Body is query string. Normal HTTP request I am talking about. Okay. Initial line contain basic information: mode, path, protocol, and version. Headers. Headers carry more information about client to server. More information about client means what? In case of browser, browser information. In case of distributed application, about consumer information. Come on, guys. What kind of MIME content it allows? Okay. Next, what kind of language it allows? All the information will be there or not there. Request headers carry more information about client to server along with the generated request. Simply along with what? Generated request. Simply along with what? Generated request. Convinced with me, my dear? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. This is post mode, guys. So request body will be there. Suppose if it is a get mode, no request body. Check it out. Is there any request body? No. Why not there? Because it's a get mode. But how data will carry? By appending query string to the URL or not there. Here is the URL. Key is equal to value, ampersand. Key is equal to value. Key is equal to value, ampersand. Key is equal to value. Happened or not happened, guys? I want reply from you people. Convinced with me or not there? Key is equal to value. Key is equal to value. Okay, boss. This is my head part. What part, guys? This is my head part. This is my request line. Here, no blank line and no request body. No blank line, no request body. Because get mode request does not contain them. Moreover, get mode request carry data in the form of what? Query string appended to the URL. Here, no body, no payload. Why? Get mode carries data along with the query string. I'm giving request structure in post mode where body is there. Request structure in what? Get mode where body is not there, because the same data goes query string appended to the URL are not there. These many days what you thought? Clicked hyperlink request generated, but generated request will have multiple details. A formatted text, guys. Request is not button click. Request is not hyperlink click. Request is not pressing enter key in the URL, boss. Request is more than that. What is there? Request is really what? More than that. Are you getting my point there, Arno? Request is really more than that. No second thought in that. Check it out. These many days we thought only what? URL means request. No. A generated structure is there or not there. And same thing is for HTTP response also, my dear. HTTP response also contains what, guys? Head part and body part. But this time response related things will be there. What will be there? Response. Head part contains protocol and version, response status code and status code message. What is that? 200 OK. 200 is status code. OK is the message. HTTP 1 point is the version. Response address also there. This response address will give special instruction to browser or client what to do after receiving response. For example, content type is there that lets the browser to display a response in a different format or not there. Refresh header is there that lets the browser or client application to generate the request automatically at regular intervals or not there. They are the response header. Again, head, blank line, body. In head again, two sections. What is that? Initial line, headers. Initial lines, what? Headers. Are you getting my point there or not? Super. Check it out. This is head part. This is blank line. This is body. Body is what? In a normal browser environment, HTML output is the body now, boss. Definitely HTML output is acting as the body here or not there. No doubt in that HTML output is acting as a body or not there, guys. Are you getting my point there? Tell me. This is initial line. Yes. Date, connection. Server, accept, content, content length, last modify. These are response headers. This is called blank line. This is response headers, body content are not there. This is acting as a body content are not there. Why HTML is there? Array, whatever we write in pw.println of servlet or in JSP HTML code or normal text code will become response line or not there, guys. So still I have not introduced SOAP based environment. I am introducing normal HTTP request, normal HTTP response in browser to website interaction. Okay, here you observe, guys, this is called response status code. And this is message status code message. Yeah, tell me. So if status code is 1XX informational, some information we are processing. 2XX success. Array, your request is successfully processed, response is successfully generated, you are seeing the web page. That's why when these two are there, you won't see status code. In informational, guiding message will come. Come on. 2XX success page will come. Come on. 300 to 399 indirectly success. You have given request to one website, but that website is forwarding request or redirect request to another website. You will see another website web page are not there. That is also success. That's why you will see web page only, not the status code. That's why you will see website only, not the status code. Tell me. Rational.com is the website that is acquired by Oracle Corporation, guys. IBM. So IBM page has come or not there. So Rational.com is redirecting the request to what? A page in IBM or not there. Success now. Are you going to get any error? Are you going to get any status code? No. 1XX informational, success only. That's why no status code appears. 2XX success. Success page will display. No status code will appear. 300 to 399. You won't get output from required website, but some other redirect website. That is also success. No status code will appear. 400 to 499. Problem. Wrong URL, wrong request method, something problem. Okay, authorization not there, authentication failed. Okay, wrong URL. So that time they reflect on the browser or consumer application 404, 405. Come on, guys. Yeah. So they're called client side problem. That means one or other mistake happened from end user, consumer. Either consumer has not typed complete URL, then 404. Typed but some query expected request parameters are missing. 400 bad request. Authentication is failed. 401. Authorization is failed. 403. Wrong request method is used. That method is expecting get mode request, but you have given post mode request. 405. What is there? Then what is the error it is going to give us? 405. Convinced, my dear? These are client side errors, boss. Mistake happened from the end user, consumer. Server side error. Your application provider application talking to database, but connection is gone with the database. Then you will get exception. SQL exception, all this thing. Representing server side execution related problem. 500 error status code will come or not there. How much error status code will come, guys? The 500 error status code will come. Are you getting my point, my dear? How much error status code will come, guys? 500 error status code will come. I hope you convinced with me, guys. Got the clarity or not there? Okay. What response headers will do? Response headers and response status code will give idea to consumer. Okay. What to do next after receiving the response? Suppose status code is 404. It will display 404 error message. Status code is what? 500. It will give error message. Status code is 200. Success. Whatever output come, that will display in the browser, or that will be received by consumer application. Come on, yeah, I think you are supposed to learn all these things in Sarlet classes. You studied or not studied? Structure of HTTP request, structure of HTTP response. At least basic idea, head part, body part between one blank line. Head will again what? Headers, all this stuff. No problem. Somewhere you studied that, I'm happy. Okay. You might have studied but forgotten, it seems. At least you understood. Yeah, in normal HTTP request line, request related headers to give more information about consumer to server. Blank line to separate head and body part. Body part, if it is post, query string as a body part. Get, no body part. Okay, because the inputs will go along with the request appended by as what? Query string appended to the URL. Okay, next one. Response, guys, same head and body, separated the blank line, but in head initial line headers will be there. Initial line about response status code, protocol, all this stuff. Headers are useful for what purpose, guys? Headers are useful for what purpose, guys? Come on. Headers are useful. Headers are to display HTTP response content. Are you getting my point there? To give instruction to browser what to do after receiving the response. Next one, what is there? Blank line. And response code will be displayed or not there, guys? Right. Okay, now I'm bringing SOAP over HTTP request, but mentally prepared. Head part is same, guys. Blank line is also same. Inputs will go in the form of XML, the two according to scope SOAP namespaces. Like Spring Bean configuration file, namespace import, then tags na. Here also, SOAP related namespace import, then tags carrying the inputs. Then tags carrying the input. I want you people to put extra energy now. Check it out. SOAP over HTTP request. SOAP over HTTP request. Are you getting my point there, guys? Yeah. SOAP over HTTP request. Naveen, please start. వచ్చేసే వచ్చేసే one call వచ్చేసి సరే. Right, guys. Tell me first what is there? Initial line, post URL protocol version. Regular one, na? Headers, some information about consumer to producer, accept encoding. I support this compression format. Content type, I support this kind of this one. SOAP action something. Content length of this much. Host is this much. Connection this much. User agent, from which browser request is coming, from which client request is coming. Something about consumer, don't think much about. They are automatically generated most of them. Then blank line is there. Okay, now see the beauty, guys. Actually, I'm passing username password. This is a username password, but open tag, closing tag. To use this tag, some other tags, parent tags. To use all this tag, namespace import, guys. Actually, something cut, it will be very lengthy. See, data is username password, but decoration is more or not. In Hindi, there is a saying. What is that? Charana murgi ko barana masala. You don't know that? Vegetarians, huh? Vegetarians, huh? No, the chicken bird price is charana. That means 25 NP. Okay, but the masala you are preparing to cook that chicken, you are using 75 NP masala. So generally raw material cost is more and masala cost should be less, right? Yes or no, na? But here what happened? Username, password, two simple values. That is charana, right? And look at this namespace import, super tag, sub tag. See, already we are in HTTP response request body. In that one, SOAP header, SOAP body again. Body in body, right? Check it out, check it out. Already we are in HTTP request structure. That too we are in body part. Again what? SOAP header, SOAP body, and this entire message is called SOAP envelope. That means protocol in protocol. Convinced or not? That means data is less, decoration is more. Too much over decoration. Yes or no, guys? Okay. Look at the response, guys. Same feeling. Response line, response headers, blank line. Okay. Again, schema import statement. Okay, I'm just getting what? Hello, Sanvi is the actual response, but decoration is more or not there. Response body is also called as payload. Array, when rocket is going, satellites what we keep in the rocket are called payloads are not there. Okay, request response not only contains head part, body part. The content kept in body is called payload or not there. The content kept in body is called technically payload or not there. I think you got the clarity, boss. What's the difference between HTTP request, normal HTTP, SOAP over HTTP request? Normal HTTP request, post board means request body, get. Request body will be having query string. Get mode means query string will be appended to the URL itself. Lightweight. SOAP over HTTP request means what? Request body will be there having what? SOAP message. Simply having SOAP messages are not there. Literally having SOAP messages are not there. In SOAP-based web services, if the consumer and producer applications are available in the same machine, then communication protocol is what? SOAP over HTTP. That's great. Next. In SOAP-based web services, if consumer and producer applications are available on what? Two different machine, then the communication protocol is what? SOAP over HTTP over TCP/IP. Array, for net physical computer communication, TCP/IP. Come on. Consumer and producer communication, HTTP. In that, only body inputs carrying SOAP protocol. Inputs output carrying SOAP protocol. Consumer producer communication, HTTP. Machines communication, TCP/IP. That's a TCP. TCP/IP is network protocol to get interaction between what? Two physical computer. SOAP over HTTP is what? Application protocol to get interaction between what? Consumer and producer application of the SOAP based web services. What services, guys? SOAP based web services. Are you getting my point there or not there? So what's the final conclusion, guys? To develop distributed application, we have RMI, EasyAB, Corba, web services. All are ruled out. Web service is good. Why web service is good? Its development is extension of web application development. Number two, it is interoperable. Write once, deploy anywhere. What was? Write once, deploy anywhere. Or DACA. Develop anywhere, consume anywhere. Interoperable. This is the best word, guys. How many types of web service are there? Two. SOAP based. Today we discussed about SOAP. It runs on based on which principle? Three component principle. What is three component principle? Sir, provider is developed, registered with registry, consumer contact registry, gather the information and go for the communication. But in the registry about the provider application, details are maintained in which form document, guys? WSDL document. What document? Details will be maintained in which form of document, guys? Simply in the form of what? WSDL document. Are you getting my point there or not there? Say something, my dear. Come on, everyone. Okay. Why SOAP-based web service is outdated? Because of two reasons. Reason number one, it allows only XML-based data exchange. But nowadays is what? JSON. Number two, that XML message in request body and response body is not simple XML. It is again covered with what? SOAP protocol. That means again SOAP's namespace import, SOAP envelope, SOAP body, SOAP header. Lot of hangama will be there or not there. Because of hangama, so many problems are going to come or not there. Say Natras. Let me upload the document. What's your document, guys? 11 a.m. Right click, new folder. What is there? Spring Boot REST. File open. 1103. Spring Boot REST. I'll rename. Session 1. Done. Yeah. Tomorrow we are going to introduce RESTful web services by all means.